India is the fifth largest producer of textile and barrels and the single largest cotton textile producer in the world. With this booming sector, there are large volumes of textile waste generated in the production process. There is also a significant amount of post-consumer waste consisting of garments and home textiles used by consumers.
When we talk about solid waste management, when we talk about plastics, electronic waste, we consider that as a problem. But when it comes to textile, people only see, okay, textile, garments, fabric. But whether there is a problem associated with it, nobody actually realizes.
GIZ and Concordia Textiles, together with Enviu and Purfi, have joined the forces for a common goal, building an inclusive and circular textile waste value chain in India. The project addresses the key bottlenecks like sourcing, sorting, and connecting textile waste to the solution providers while creating dignified livelihoods for the waste workers in order to build the cohesive and circular textile waste management in the value chain. The project works in various aspects like industry engagement, capacity building, knowledge dissemination, and building and collection of the sorting centers.
So as an organization, GIZ is this project under a DPP modality, public-private partnership modality. The public sector and private sector should come together when it comes to any kind of problem in the country, whether it is an environmental problem or economic cooperation. And in a nutshell, this project is also trying to address how PPP model can work. In this project, basically what we try to do is, creating a sorting center as a model.
We had a sorting center in Chennai which Enviu was operating, and this sorting center was a formal sorting center. So you had factory-like settings with good occupational health standards, employees being employed with full benefits, and you had labor and environmental standards being met. So what it did was give a sort of true picture of operations and cost of operations.
The primary work that we did around the sorting center was to learn how do you sort different kinds of textile waste, what are the parameters you need to have even at the source of where you're getting the waste from. Once it comes into the sorting center, what are the processes, what are the different aspects that one needs to check when you have to sort this waste. So it could be the color, the composition, the size of the waste. So all of that really matters depending on which recycler you're working with.
The project has developed the knowledge products such as Reuse Guide and the Textile Waste Management Methodology. The Reuse Guide was created in the partnership with PwC. The TWMM was created by Enviu with Saahas Zero Waste.
We thought it was important to have a knowledge material which actually consolidates the learnings of sorting practices of these different materials.
The Reuse Guide is directed at solution providers like recyclers, downcyclers or upcyclers, mainly to work with textile waste and what are the different products that you could make out of textile waste. And a document called the Textile Waste Management Methodology, TWMM. This is directed at a very simple aspect of how you deal with textile waste, that is starting from sorting and what are the different mechanisms or what are the different applications you could have for the textile waste.
Saahas Zero Waste also joined us in this entire endeavor along with Concordia, Purfi and Enviu because they have the expertise to build the capacities of the waste workers. They are anyway working in the waste sector for quite a long time now. And when it came to textile waste management, we used their expertise and then they actually started building the capacities of the textile waste workers.
So there were approximately more than 50 training programs which were done. We did a combination of waste workers and also the tailors who sort of deal with post-production material, and the waste workers who are informal as well as formal, working with a sustainable solution provider.
Basically, we will do training for the Pora Karmikas, basic knowledge of the sorting. So what type of waste we are taking and what type waste will be more value. So we need to explain them.
When we teach them a little and link their experiences to the technical parts of it, it brings about a lot of understanding in the waste worker.
जानकारी लिए बहुत अच्छा है कपड़ा के लिए। सब कपड़ा किस लिए कौन चीज़ से बना रहा है, नहीं सब कपड़ा अलग है, कलरिंग अलग है, इससे बात हुआ।
तो हम बोला था जे महीना में एक बार आओ, हम लोग को थोड़ा जानकारी और होगा। तो हम लोग को जानकारी होने के बाद अच्छा लगेगा।
இதெல்லாம் தனித்தனியா இப்ப சொல்லி கொடுத்தது எப்படி இருக்கும், எரிச்சா பட்டு எப்படி இருக்கும், கருகன வாட அடிக்கும்.
We are talking now so actively about textile waste, and I think it's the need of the hour. As we are generating and consuming so much of textile and also disposing, there's clearly a requirement for disposal system mapped out for textile waste separately.
ತುಂಬ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹಾಕೋರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಡಂಪಿಂಗ್ ಯಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಡಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು.
We are very positive for the near future because of sorting, recycling and reuse will be a must in the next years.
We're hoping that our learnings from this project can help others replicate similar projects, similar sorting centers. Also, if they already have systems in place, and then they can use our learnings to scale that.
The title of the project is, building an inclusive textile waste value chain. Actually talk about it, that we have to make it inclusive. All players should come together, work together and make a better environment.